Ever wonder how intangible losses can determine the outcome of a personal injury case? Today we're diving into general damages in Texas personal injury cases. Let's explore the statutory framework, key case law, and practical considerations in pursuing general damages in Texas. So what exactly are general damages? General damages are non-economic damages meant to compensate a victim for intangible losses. Things that don't come with a clear price tag but deeply affect a person's life, including pain and suffering, which consists of physical discomfort resulting from an injury. Mental anguish. This encompasses emotional distress, such as anxiety, depression, or post-traumatic stress disorder, otherwise known as PTSD. Loss of consortium, or the impact on relations, particularly spousal relationships, including loss of companionship, comfort, and sexual relations. Discomfort, which can include physical scarring or alteration of appearance, and loss of enjoyment of life. This is the inability to participate in activities previously enjoyed. Now let's talk about the statutory framework. The Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code governs recovery of both economic and non-economic damages in Texas. Non-economic damages are defined as damages for physical pain, mental anguish, disfigurement, and other losses not tied to pecuniary harm. In Texas, general damages are capped in specific types of cases. For example, in medical malpractice cases, the limit is $250,000 per healthcare provider, with a total cap of $750,000 across all providers. And this applies under the Texas Medical Liability Act. No caps generally exist for non-medical personal injury cases, though punitive damages are capped. Now, case law really drives the decision-making of judge and jury in non-economic damages, and they help in defining and expanding general damages. Let's take a look at some of these cases. The first is Fitzgerald versus LaBarge. In this case, the court established that mental anguish damages require evidence of a high degree of mental pain and distress beyond general worry or fear. Claimants must provide specific corroborated evidence of severe emotional distress. And then there's Parkway Company versus Woodruff, which highlighted the need for direct evidence of mental anguish. In this case, the court ruled that damages cannot be speculative and must show a substantial disruption to daily life. Next is Golden Eagle Archery, Inc. versus Jackson. This case served to clarify that jury instructions should differentiate between physical pain and mental anguish, ensuring jurors understand the specific criteria for awarding each. Doctor versus Pardue addresses physical disfigurement. The court in this case held that visible permanent scarring constitutes disfigurement, and plaintiffs are entitled to recovery based on psychological and social impact of altered appearance. But the Texas Supreme Court's decision in Gregory versus Chohan in 2020 has significantly impacted the approach to non-economic damages in personal injury cases. This rule emphasizes the necessity for plaintiffs to provide clear, rational connection between evidence presented and the amount of non-economic damages claimed. Let's take a look at some key takeaways from Gregory versus Chohan. Evidence of non-economic harm. Plaintiffs must present detailed evidence demonstrating the nature, duration, and severity of their non-economic injuries, such as pain and suffering or mental anguish. General or vague testimony is insufficient. The evidence must be specific and compelling. Rational basis for award amounts. There must be a logic and evidentiary basis linking the non-economic damages award to the actual harm suffered by the plaintiff. This ensures that awards are fair and proportionate to the injuries sustained. Judicial review standards. The decision clarifies that appellate courts have the authority to review both existence and the amount of non-economic damages awarded. Courts must ensure that the awards are supported by sufficient evidence and are not excessive or arbitrary. The Texas Supreme Court's ruling underscores the importance of meticulous evidence presentation in claims for general damages. Plaintiffs and their legal counsel should be prepared to provide detailed, specific evidence of non-economic harm and establish a clear, rational connection between this evidence and the damages sought. A good attorney always substantiates general damages with credible, detailed evidence. An attorney must prepare his or her clients to articulate how the injury has disrupted their lives, highlighting comparable cases to establish reasonable ranges for general damage awards. If you found this content valuable, press the like button and leave me a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any valuable